This is your January 2023 real estate housing market update. So we're going to give you guys all the local stats for the cities here of Temecula, California, Menifee, California, and Murrieta, California. We're going to get into total number of new listings, how much active inventory is out there, how long the average home is taking to sell, and what's going on with the average sales price. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I am a realtor and team leader for the Short Real Estate team here in Murrieta and Temecula, California. And this video is our monthly staple and it's your market update. So we're going to give you guys all the newest stats for the cities of Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, California. We're going to compare current stats versus 12 months ago, so give you that year-over-year comparison. And then we're also going to compare to what was the peak of the market, so back in April 2022. So you're definitely going to see some pretty significant change over the last 12 months. This is actually the first month that we are seeing a downturn and a lot of these stats going down, average sales prices going down. So we'll get into all that. I'll give you kind of my perspective as a real estate agent on boots on the ground and kind of what we're seeing. But the first thing, if you are liking the videos, please do me a favor. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. So it helps me, it helps the channel, and obviously we're trying to continue to grow it. And then if you have any real estate questions, I would love to hear from you guys. So we have people that reach out to us all the time. You can feel free to call, text, email. If you have any questions, anything I can help you out with, would definitely love to hear from you. Myself and my team would love to help. We deal with a lot of people that are relocating and making the move to the area for the first time, or a lot of people that are making the move out and transitioning out of California. So hopefully we'll hear from you soon. All right, so let's go ahead and get into all the info. So the first stat we're going to talk about is going to be the total number of new listings. So the data we're going to take a look at. So this is from the end of 2021 compared to the month that just passed in December 2022. So a year ago, we saw in the city of Temecula a total of 141 new listings pop up on the market. And then compared to this year, we saw only 67 new listings pop up on the market. And if we compare that to the height of the market, so back in April, so April 2022, we saw a total of 249 new listings pop up. So for the first time that I'm making these videos for, I don't know, probably 3 years, 4 years, we're starting to see some real downward trends. We've seen the market correct over the last 6 months. If you have a television or internet access, you're probably aware the real estate market is cooling. We've seen prices go down a bit, but to see those true year-over-year stats, I think is pretty shocking to see. So, I mean, if we're comparing last year to this year, we're down 60, if I'm doing quick math, but I mean, we're down almost 80 new listings in a 30-day period, and that's super significant. Comparing back to April, I mean, that's not a great reference in this case because April, springtime is just a busier time of year for real estate, so it doesn't really affect the seasonal differences are so different and so stark. I don't think that's really a good stat to look at in this case, but the year over year, I mean, that's pretty indicative of what's going on. So moving on to the next city. So city of Murrieta, last year we saw a total of 131 new listings pop up on the market, and this year it's only 61 new listings popping up. So I mean, that's a total difference of, I mean, 50, that's 70 new listings, so basically half, just right around that half as many new listings this year compared to last year. Back in April, we saw 326, obviously a much higher number. And then city of Menifee, last year we saw 150 new listings pop up on the market, and then this year it's only 96. And then compared back to April, we saw 265. But year over year, again, we're seeing a 54 home difference. So that's about 30%, 33% difference and less inventory popping up this year compared to last year. All right, and so the next stat we're going to get into is the total number of active listings. So active listings are just the available homes for sale, right? So if you're like, hey, I want to buy a home in Temecula, this is how many homes you have to choose from. So last year at this time in the city of Temecula, there was a total of 179 available homes. Right now in Temecula, we're up to 248 available homes. So that's 50. I mean, that's about an additional 70 homes out on the market today that wasn't there last year. And then if we compare it back to April, that there was 247 available homes. But again, back in springtime, there's more inventory popping up. There's just more availability. There's more transactions taking place. So really that year-over-year stat is your best point of reference. But the fact that we've had significantly less new listings pop on the market, but there's significantly more available homes for sale, that shows you how much the market has really cooled. So we'll get into Murrieta. So city of Murrieta, last year there was only 208 available homes for sale. This year we're up to 284 available homes that are available. And back in April there was 322. So again, this year there's 76 more available homes for sale this year as opposed to last year. And then we'll round out with City of Menifee. So City of Menifee, last year, there's only 254 available homes. This year, there's 335 available homes. And then back in April, we had 289. So that's probably the biggest swing there. I mean, there's almost 80 more available homes here in Menifee compared to last year. So that's a pretty big difference. So the next stat is going to be the average days on market. So this is just how long the average home is taking to sell. So a hot market means a very, very short period of time, and then a cold buyer's market means homes are taking a very, very long time to sell. So City of Temecula, last year the average home was selling in just 19 days, so under 3 weeks. City of Temecula right now we're up to 49 days. And back in April, back in the peak of the market, we were showing the average home was selling in 17 days. So, I mean, you could see the average time on market has really changed quite a bit. We've gone from about 3 weeks to about 7 weeks, so more than double the average sales time. The other thing to keep in mind here when we're looking at these, this stat is only based off of closed sales. And I know for sure there's a good amount of homes that are out there that have been listed more than 49 days, that have been listed over 100 days, that are still sitting there, still active on the market, haven't sold, and won't close for another few months. So I think we're going to continue to see that average days on market jump up and up over the next couple months. So it's a stat to keep an eye on. City of Murrieta, last year the average home was selling in just 22 days. This year the average home is now up to 54 days, so almost 2 months. And then back in April we were up to 14. We're down to 14 days. The average home was selling about 2 weeks. So again, a significant change. Homes taking significantly longer to sell in Murrieta as well. And then the last city of Menifee. So which is you're going to see the same trend. So last year the average home was selling in 21 days. This year, the average home is selling in 53 days, and compared to back in April, the average home is selling in just 16 days. So all 3 cities across the board, you're seeing significant increase in the amount of time that the average home is taking to sell. There are outliers there, yes, for sure. I mean, we have a listing as our team right now, a couple of them that are going to be selling within a week, within 2 weeks. So if it's the right home in the right area, or the right buyer's looking for it, it's still possible for homes to sell quickly for sure. But on average, I think most people should be anticipating that little bit longer lead time there for sure. And then the last stat we're going to get into is just the average sales price. So when we start seeing less inventory pop in the market, but more available homes, so more available homes for a buyer to choose from, and the average home taking longer to sell, what that does when someone does want to buy the house and they want to write an offer on it, they're more inclined to write a lower offer and to push that price down. So for the first time, we are now seeing the average sales price in that year-over-year dip, which since I've been making these videos and keeping a close eye, it's the first time, probably the first time I've been selling real estate, we've actually seen that the average sales price dip. And I've been selling real estate for almost 10 years. So the first time in about the last 10 years, we're seeing the average sales price dip, which is probably something we're going to see more of over the next few months. I mean, I think that's coming for sure. So we'll get into the numbers. So City of Temecula, last year, the average home was selling for $774,000. This year, the average home is down to $756,000. So it's a decrease of about $18,000 in the average home. And if you compare back to the peak back in April, The average home was selling for $838,000. So there can be some differences there based on what type of properties are selling. That can kind of skew these numbers a little bit. But when we look at the the year over year and over the next few months, I think you're going to continue to see the same trend where you're going to see a decline in price. The question is how much. You could, for example, get one $3 million home or $4 million home that's this big, huge, grand estate that can kind of skew the numbers quite a bit. Or on the other side, you can get a bunch of houses on the low side, maybe smaller condos that sell, that maybe push that average sales price down. But in general, we're seeing prices decline for sure. City Murrieta, last year, the average home was selling for $670,000. This year, it's down to $630,000, so it's a $40,000 decrease. And then compared back to April, we were up to $745,000. So that's a pretty big difference. That might be a little, I don't know if that's quite indicative of what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis, but that's what the stats are showing right now. So that's something we'll take a closer look at next month. And in the city of Menifee, last year, the average home was selling for $530,000. This year, it's down to $505,000. And compared back to April, the average home was selling for $569,000. So you're seeing that decrease. You're seeing about a $18,000 decrease for the city of Temecula, about a $40,000 decrease for the city of Murrieta, and about a $25,000 decrease for the city of Menifee. So I definitely think it's safe to say across the board, you're seeing a price decrease. That Murrieta number might be a little bit of a stretch with the 40K, but it's dipping for sure. So hopefully that's information you guys find helpful. Hopefully helps keep you guys updated on what's going on in the market, kind of keep an eye and a pulse on what's happening. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. Again, would love to hear from you guys. You can call, text, email. Thanks again for watching the video. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks.